your wife is pulling away from you, it's not because she doesn't love you, right? During this menopause period, she distanced herself from a lot of things she used to do. First of all, there's a lot of emotions coming at her, and it is completely unwinding her body, her thoughts, her mind, her soul. It's kind of almost erasing her identity, right? And at first, when it was started happening to my wife, we didn't know what it was. She didn't know what it was. She just attributed to getting older and older. We're getting older, and this and that, and then you start worrying about those things, right? And not until she started getting other things, pains and so on, that, long story short, kind of realized it was menopause, and at that point, there's different hormones, challenges, imbalances. There's all these things that change even the texture of your skin. You get itchy, you get annoyed by this and annoyed by that. And, up to that point, my wife and I, and I think most marriages, when they've been together for so long, you almost challenge each other or try to disprove each other. And, when she first started getting into that, and I would still have that same attitude, I can tell you that it was destroying us. We were finding ourselves talking less to each other 2 3 days at a time, and there was no harmony, right? There was no joy there, and we could feel it. We could feel it being in the same room, right? Until I made the decision to change my ego, change my attitude, learn and read about it, and then try to become one with her, right? And I started learning in year one, everything that she would say she had a problem with, what hurt her, and so on. I started looking it up and say why, right? Even from your frozen shoulder to your knees to your bad back and so on. Always been healthy, but all of a sudden you got back problems and so on, right? But the thing is, guys, when these challenges start coming into your marriage and household, learn. You got to learn to drop that ego. You got to learn, take time to learn what she's going through. And the more you understand what her body, what her emotions, what her hormones, and all these things are changing, the more you'll get empathy and you'll want to learn even further, right? So that you can be a support system and not be the old self egotistical challenge type of a person. And I can tell you now, 4 years into it, my wife and I have never ever been closer. We communicate better. We laugh better. We want to travel together. We want to be with each other, right? And we're just kind of in harmony. And I thank God for that. That I learned the hard way. But